Hello everybody, I'm Jason Smart and today I'm in the historic market town of Barnard Castle, County Durham. The town's actually got a castle built by the powerful Barnard and later owned by none other than Richard III, the king with the Shakespearean play named after him. Of course, Barnard Castle became unexpectedly famous in 2020 thanks to Dominic Cummings, a political advisor, who did a detour here during the COVID-19 lockdown to test his eyesight before driving down to London. So click subscribe, click like, and let's go and explore Barnard Castle. Right, I've just parked up here in Barnard Castle, so let's walk to the town centre and see what we see. But already I can see this fancy looking building. This building was erected 1747 at the expense of Thomas Brakes, who lived in this town. So it's called Butter Market, also known as Cross Market Place, from horses and carts of yesterday, and it was to provide a place for the lady butter sellers that traded their wares outside one of the public houses back in the day. But then, over time, it got turned into a town hall, a jail, a fire station and a toll booth. Look at it. I've never actually been to Barnard Castle before, or at least not that I can remember. Maybe I came here as a kid. But it looks really well kept. Like I said, it looks affluent. And it's got an amazing pub over there with the golden lion symbol. Right over there, let's go and see it. Nice crisscross there of the white and the black with the golden lion. And it says 1679. So I'm guessing merchants, traders, people used to stop here on the way up to Scotland. Right, on that building there are a load of pigeons, but on that one, is that a real owl? Or is it fake? Right, so I'm just walking to the end of that main street, but it carries on right around here. How gorgeous does this town look? Even a nice church here. This is one pretty town, definitely. Right, I think that's enough of the main street. Let's go and find the castle. There's a helpful sign, castle.
Well.
Right, I don't know what to expect. Is it going to be a full castle? Is it going to be ruins? Is it going to be a plaque on a, I don't know. Let's find out what Barnard Castle's like. There it is. It looks, well, it's not whole, is it? It's ruins, but it looks fantastic. So this is as far as I can get without buying a ticket, and they cost £9.50 in case you want to come in. But I think I'm seeing enough here. So with my limited amount of time on parking, let's go and walk around it instead. Look at all the flies, can you see them? Wow. They obviously like the castle. Nice castle, isn't it? Despite the flies. And there's the castle behind me, and down here is the mighty River Tees, flowing from here eastwards to the North Sea, Middlesbrough, where I'm from. And over here it looks even better. So let me give you a little bit of history about this particular town. It all began in the 12th century when a Norman nobleman named Barnard de Balliol decided to build on this rocky perch behind me a castle, and he named it after himself. By the 13th century, Barnard Castle was a full-on stronghold. Its walls were thick, its defences tight, and even had a round tower to keep an eye on those pesky invaders from the north. And here's a royal twist. In the 15th century, the castle became the property of none other than Richard III, yep, that controversial king with the Shakespearean reputation. Before his final Battle of Bosworth, Richard spent time in this very town. And as time went on, the castle lost its military importance and slowly began to crumble, but the town around it flourished. And by the 19th century, Barnard Castle was a buzzing market town, drawing in visitors, traders and artists. Even J.M.W. Turner, the legendary landscape painter, came here to sketch the ruins. And Charles Dickens stayed at the King's Head while researching his novel Nicholas Nickleby. I'll tell you, the green just next to the castle is popular. Loads of people just sitting about, enjoying the sun, enjoying the view of the castle. I'm going to head back into the town itself. I'll walk up that really pretty street I saw earlier. So this street is just beautiful, it's thriving, it's busy, lots of people, no vacant shops. It's in contrast to a lot of the towns in County Durham and Cleveland and Teesside, where the decline of heavy industry, mining and shipbuilding meant that these towns went into decline. But it hasn't affected Barnard Castle one little bit. There's a little archway here, Farmer's Way, and it just looks beautiful through there. Imagine living in that house. Have you ever heard of a gentleman called Roderick Murchison? I hadn't either, but he lived in this very building, which is now a solicitor's office, and there's a plaque here which says Sir Roderick Murchison, President of the Royal Geographical Society, and he was an explorer, and he's got a town in New Zealand, some waterfall on the Nile, a mountain range and river in Australia, and a sound in Greenland named after him. A sound? What is a sound in Greenland? I'm intrigued. Right, Artisan Corner, it says here, the site of one of two premises used by Thomas Humphrey, clockmaker made famous by Charles Dickens in Master Humphrey's Clock. Another Dickens reference. And according to Google Maps, I've just typed in King's Head, where Dickens actually once resided. I think it's this building here with, there's nothing there, it's got blue doors. And those women eating pasties, probably from Greg's down the road. But yeah, he could have stayed there, Charles Dickens. Right, let's have a look at the historic St Mary's Parish Church. Built in 1130 with an eventful past of peace, upheaval, tragedy, and even storing Barnard Castle's first fire engine, if you can believe that. But it says it on the side, so it's got to be true. Before I go in, I'm just going to have a walk around the outside, see if I can see anything interesting. Right, this thing here, to the memory of George Peacock Dalston, the late innkeeper of Barnard Castle, who died in 1843, age 54. I mean, some of these gravestones are so old, you can't even read it anymore. Is that 1862? Here's a sad one in memory of Henry, son of Tho and Mary. Hodgson died 1807, aged just 6. That is so sad. And another one aged 10 and 26. What was going on in that poor family? That is a grand door. Love it. That is a beautiful altar. Great stained glass windows, look at that. So, that's it I think. I've done Barnard Castle, I've done the castle, I've done the high street, done a few little bits and pieces. There's not actually that much, but what's here is really interesting and really beautiful and definitely worth a visit. Come to Barnard Castle. Till next time.